Dear students, now I am going to discuss chromatography. Chromatography is the separation the technique. The given mixture of solutes is separated by differential migration in a porous medium by the flow of solvent. Here, due to the adsorption of the solute molecules on the adsorbent, the color is formed. Colored bands or spots are the forming. That's why this technique is called as the chromatographic the technique. Let us discuss the different types of the chromatographic techniques. First one, paper chromatography. Principle underlying in this the paper chromatography is the stationary phase, the water present in the cellulose of the filter paper, and mobile phase is an organic solvent which rises through the filter paper by capillary action and by the adsorption. The separation is effected by the differential migration of solute molecules. This occurs due to difference in RF values, that is retention factor values of different the component molecules in the mixture. The RF value is defined as the ratio of distance travelled by the solute molecule to the distance travelled by the solvent. That is, RF is equal to distance travelled by the solute molecules A divided by distance travelled by the solvent the B. Next, the separation of the first group basic radicals. With the help of this the paper chromatography, first group basic radicals can be separated from their the mixture. Various steps used in this the technique. The first the step, we have to take a Wattmann filter paper of size the 20 centimeter into 10 centimeter. At one end of the paper, about the 5 centimeter from length, a baseline is marked with the help of a pencil. Upon that, the baseline, the several cross marks are made. And second step, the development of the chromatograph. The ion mixtures are dissolved in the dilute nitric acid. This solution is placed on these the cross marks in terms of the drops without the spreading the solution with one another on the cross marks. And then excess of solvent is evaporated. Then the development of the chromatograph. In the development of chromatograph, this the paper, chromatographic paper is held into a beaker with the help of the glass rod like this, and the carefully a suitable solvent is poured not to touch the paper slightly. Then allow the paper to travel the solvent above this the paper, and the various the molecules present in the given mixture or ions, they move up the paper, and different the ions they retain at different positions of the paper, forming different spots. When the solvent is travelled up to 3/4 distance of the paper, the paper is taken out from the beaker, and the solvent front is marked with the help of the pencil carefully. Then the paper is dried, and the locating agent or coloring agent like the 0.2 m potassium chromate solution is sprayed. And then the third step, identification of ions. After spraying the filter paper with the locating agent, different spots of different ions, they appear in different the colors, and we can identify those ions by comparing the standard colors given in reference books. The ions can also be identified by calculating the RF values, their RF values. The RF value, that is the distance travelled by the molecule. So it is A and it is the B. A divided by B is the RF value of the ions accumulated in this the spot. Similarly, distance travelled by this type of the ions, it is also A and divided by the distance travelled by the solvent. Likewise, the RF values of different spots are the calculated by comparing these the RF values with standard the RF values given in reference books. We can identify the different ions given in the ion mixture. Let us go for another application of this paper chromatography, separation of 4 group basic radicals. So here we have to follow the same procedure as in the case of the separation of first group the basic radicals. Those are the first step is the dissolve the solvent solute ion mixture in dilute nitric acid, and that the solution is the placed on cross marks of the Wattmann filter paper. Then that filter paper is hanged in the beaker with the help of the glass rod. Carefully, the solvent is the powered, suitable solvent is the powered. Here, the 43.5 ml acetone plus 4 ml HCl plus 2.5 ml distilled water solvent is poured carefully, and the solvent is allowed to travel up the filter paper. Various ions they carried by the solvent, and different ions are retained in different positions of the filter paper, forming different the spots. After taking that the paper, the solvent front is marked with the help of the pencil, then excess of the solvent is dried, and that the paper is sprayed with the locating or coloring agent like rubaric acid and acetic acid, the solution. Different the spots appear in different the colors, so that we can identify different ions. The nickel ions, they appear as blue in color, cobalt ions brown in color, zinc ions red in color, and manganese ions are bluish in green color. By comparing these colors with standard colors given in reference books, we can identify these the ions. Also, we can identify these ions by calculating RF values for different spots and comparing those RF values with the standard RF values in given in reference the books, and it is possible to identify the different ions. It is about the paper chromatography. Then we go for column chromatography. The principal the given in the column chromatography is the solute molecules interact directly with the solid the stationary phase, so that it is possible to the separate the component the solutes from the given mixture from one another. The technique used in this the method, various steps are followed in this technique. So the first step is preparation of the column. The column of the adsorbent is prepared usually in the glass tube like the burette. The clean burette is taken. At the lower end of the burette, a cotton plug is fitted in order to avoid the escape of the adsorbent, and the various adsorbents are available like the alumina, cellulose, and those things. So by taking the suitable the adsorbent with the help of the water or any suggested solvent, we have to prepare the column, adsorbent column in the burette. Then the preparation of the solution mixture. The solution of the given mixture is prepared in a suitable solvent. That solution is poured onto the top of the adsorbent column, and the column is allowed to the circulate that the solution throughout the column. Then the different ions they get adsorbed in different positions of the adsorption column, so that different zones are forming due to adsorption of different the solute species. Then another step, eluting or washing the column. So after the adsorption of the solute components in the adsorption column, the adsorbed the column is eluted with a suitable eluent or washing liquid. It is possible to take out the different solute molecules from the adsorbed column and the collected in separate the vessels. Then the fourth step, identification of the components. The components can be identified by evaporating the collected the solution in different vessels to get the solid, and that the solute is identified by the chemical methods. So it is about the column the chromatography. Then let us go for the thin layer chromatography or TLC. The technique used in this the chromatography, thin layer chromatography, various steps used. The first step is the preparation of a chromatoplate. By using a plastic plate or a glass plate or a metallic plate of a definite the dimension in a rectangular the shape like this is taken, and a suitable adsorbent like cellulose or alumina is the mixed with a suitable solvent like water or any other non-polar solvents to get the slurry. A thin layer of this slurry is applied on this the plate, and the plate is the dried. Then the activation of the plate. This the thin layer plate is dried in a oven. This process is called as the activation. And then the sample application. Third step is sample application. So this the activated plate is taken out from the oven. A baseline from about the 5 centimeter of the one end is drawn with the help of a pencil carefully, and upon that the baseline various cross marks are made. Fourth step, the development of the chromatograph. The solution of the given the mixture of the solutes in a suggested solvent is placed on these cross marks with the help of the micropipette in terms of the drops, and then the excess solvent in these the cross marks is the dried. This the chromatographic plate is placed in a glass tank in a slanting position, and a suitable solvent or suggested solvent is poured carefully until it reaches the up to 2 centimeter length from bottom of this the plate. Then the solvent is allowed to travel up the TLC plate. So while it is the rising above, it takes the solute molecules or solute species along the TLC plate. At different positions of TLC plate, various spots are forming due to the retaining of the different the solute molecules present in the given the mixture. After the few hours, this the plate is taken, TLC plate is taken out from the glass tank, and it is the dried. Then carefully the solvent the front is marked with the help of the pencil carefully. Then identification of the components. The TLC plate, in which various parts are formed, that is sprayed with a suitable locating or coloring agent, then different spots appear in different colors, and by comparing these colors with the standard colors given in reference books, it is possible to identify the component, the species. Or these component species can also be identified by calculating the RF values of different spots and comparing those RF values with standard RF values given in reference the books, so that it is possible to identify different the components present in different in the given mixture. Thank you. Let us continue the applications of the various types of the chromatography. Separation of methylene blue and malachite green on aluminum by column chromatography. Various the steps involved in this the method. First step, the preparation of the column of alumina Al2O3 in a burette with the help of the distilled water. Second step is the prepare a solution of methylene blue and malachite green mixture in distilled water. Third step, pour 5 ml of the solution onto the column of the column, and allow some of the liquid in the column to percolate through it. Methylene blue adsorbs at the top of the column, whereas malachite green adsorbs at the bottom of the column. Fourth step. Now pour distilled water into the column and carry out the process of elution. Malachite green will dissolve in water and pass through the column. Collect this fraction in a separate the vessel. Fifth the step, Elute the column with ethanol solution which displaces methylene blue and collect this the fraction in a separate the vessel. Sixth step, after evaporating the solvent from these two solutions, we can collect the compounds separately. Then another application, the separation of the carbohydrates by thin layer chromatography or TLC. Here the solvents used ethyl acetate, pyridine and water mixture in the ratio 14:6:5. Locating agent or coloring agent used is the phenylene diamine 0.5 gram, SnCl2 1.2 gram in the 20 cc acetic acid and 80 cc ethanol solution. The method involves following steps. First step is prepare a slurry of the silica gel in water. Apply this slurry on a plate of the 10 into 20 centimeter size. Allow this plate to dry up. Second step, mark the baseline with the help of the pencil carefully and the solution of the carbohydrate mixture is the placed on the cross marks on the baseline with the help of a micropipette, and excess solvent from these drops is dried. Third step, put the plate into a jar containing 20 cc of the solvent. Allow the solvent to travel up the plate up to 3/4 length. Then take out the plate from the jar. Mark the solvent front with the help of the pencil carefully. Fourth step, dry the plate and spray with the locating agent different spots of different carbohydrates appear in different the colors. With the help of those colors, we can identify these the carbohydrates, or we can calculate the RF values of these the different the spots of different carbohydrates, and comparing those the RF values with the standard RF values, it is possible to identify given the carbohydrate in the given mixture. Students, let us discuss the another application of the